What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So if you haven't figured it out already, today's video is just a basic overview of our process of getting in and out of parking spots, campsites, maneuvering around trees, branches, stuff like that. So we're going to share with you, I wouldn't call it our steps, we're just going to talk like we're having a normal conversation. There's no point in putting steps up, but here we go. When we get to wherever we're going, be it our old sticks and bricks backing in, or a campsite or a parking spot, we are on the same page. So we get out and we make sure that each one of us knows where exactly we want to have the RV and what obstacles lay in front of us or behind us.
Yep.
Yeah. And so then we agree on all that, and that kind of goes both ways for backing into a site and leaving a campground as well. So you kind of want to be on the same page. If there's any obstacles on the way in, if you see, hey, we're going to have problems with this on the way out, or there may be a dip, that's on the opposite side of the road or the way out, like we can't make that dip. Just always be on the same page about any obstacles or problems that you're going to have anywhere around your rig.
What's your plan?
Yeah, have a plan. So backing in the camper, after we're already on the same page, we have communication as in cell phone or two-way radio. Now, some people, it works for them to scream at each other, but from what we've noticed and recognized, it usually ends up in an argument that everyone can hear in the campground. So, at least if you're on a phone or a two-way radio and you're like, hey, you idiot, you hit the pole, you're not screaming, at somebody. But if you've got good communication,
Shouldn't hit the pole.
you shouldn't hit the pole. So that goes right into our next process. I wouldn't call it step, I'm going to try not to say step. And that is constant communication on that two-way radio or that phone. And by that, we mean you're doing good. You're doing good. You're getting a little close on this side. You're doing good here.
You're doing good. Doing fantastic. You were lined up perfectly. Keep her coming. Looking good. You're looking good on the crepe myrtle. Clearing the gate. Looking good. It's looking good. Doing good.
And another tip is to always stay in sight of the mirrors.
Yes.
Because truck drivers have a saying,
if I can see his mirror, he can see me.
Yes. So and that helps the driver so much to be able to hear you and see you. And then that also goes in with hand signals. We do hand signals as well. So it's constant, you're doing good, come on back, 10 feet, 8 feet, 6 feet. She's constantly telling us that. And when we get to about 3 feet or something like that, you say slow down, go a little bit slower, you're almost there. And then when it comes time for us to stop, it's just a simple stop.
And that way too, if you lose verbal communication, he can at least see.
Yeah.
So you've got that. And then also with the constant communication, I'm not just saying you're doing great. I'm also telling you there may be certain obstacles potentially on both sides. So I'm constantly going to say, okay, you're clear of the tree, or, just to get that anxiety out of there. This obstacle is no longer an issue. We've passed it. Here's, I'm going to continue telling you about this one. So
and race car spotters. I don't know if any of you have ever heard race car spotters, but they're constantly talking to their drivers. Inside, coming up to your rear. Left, right. You're doing good. It's just a constant communication. It keeps the driver calmer.
That's the name, spotter.
A spotter. There we go.
We couldn't come up with a title.
Spotter. Backer in or guider. Spotter. Man, I tell you what.
It was a light bulb moment.
Yeah, we got up a little too early this morning. Yeah, we are going down a dip right now. Go ahead and talk to me, babe.
Yep, you are looking good. So far, so good. Doing good. First gear was fine.
Okay.
Be more worried about the back gear.
Okay.
Second, that's fine. You're good. Keep going. Keep going. You're doing good. Doing good. Doing good. And it is clear.
Okay, good deal. Then, when we get to our spot, it's everything, you have your process. So when we stop and we get in our spot, I drop the gear.
Yep. I get the chocks.
You get the chocks. You make sure everything's good. I raise the tongue or the kingpin enough to where I can pull out from under it. I get far enough away, and you?
Oh, I put up the tailgate so that he can park appropriately. I put up the cords and the what's the other thing he called?
The 7-way pin, the connector, the umbilical. and then you hit auto level. That's probably the most difficult process.
And I get out the X chocks and lay them out for you.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
You do that. And after I'm done parking, set the X chocks up, and we're ready to slide out slides.
Yes.
So many times we see people let their kids and dogs out of the truck before they even start the back-end process, and it causes so much stress on the driver and the spotter because the kids are running in and out. Not telling you what to do, we leave our kids and dog in the truck until all slide outs are done and everything is good to go.
Yep.
You know,
Fewer distractions as possible.
Oh my gosh.
Because it can get a little stressful.
Yeah, it can. And everyone, that's why there's shirts out there that say, I'm sorry for what I said while backing in the camper, or my marriage survived backing in our camper. You know, it is stressful. No matter how long you've been doing it,
Yeah.
you're still learning,
there's
and
always
it's
a
always
moment.
stressful. Yeah. Let's get back and circle back to leaving the campsite.
Yes.
So leaving the campsite, one of the first things that we do, is we find out where the closest hospital is when we go to a campground. But the second thing that we do is we drive around. If it's a different way on the way out, we drive or we walk and we say, okay, we're not going to have any problems with this. This branch may be too low. There's a dip here that we're going to drag our back gear on.
Yes. We
and
had that recently.
We've been there and it saved us, and then with that being said, you may look like a fool backing all the way out of a campground, but you have saved your rig. You're not breaking anything.
You going back out?
Yeah.
Go around the circle.
We'll bottom out down there with our gear.
Huh?
We'll bottom out down there with our gear because of the dip
Oh.
and the tree branches.
Everyone's rig is different.
Thank you.
all have your different parameters. You all have your different obstacles that you have to deal with. So while assistance and suggestions are more than welcome, it's just there's a process that everyone has. There's communication everyone has that works best for them to do everything appropriately and safely.
Yeah. Now, and as far as recommendations go on different things to do, your back-end process and everything, we're open to that.
Absolutely.
As a matter of fact, at one of the most recent stops that we've had, somebody watched us back in and they came up and were like, wow, what a process, that's great, you guys do good, but can I give you one piece of advice? I was like, yes, please.
Absolutely.
Let us know, what do you got? And he said, well, when you unhooked, he said, I would recommend that you get a string and a weight, and you measure the height of your kingpin or the tongue of your travel trailer if you have one before you go into the leveling phase. That way when you're ready to leave, you just get that string and that weight and where that mark is on that string, and every single time where your pin needs to be or your tongue needs to be to hook up.
Yep.
So you don't do the guessing game of, oh, I gotta raise it up, hold on, I gotta pull up. We've all been there.
Great advice.
Yeah. And we would have taken it, and again, it's solid advice, that's why we're sharing it with you guys. But we have, in 2023, we have the technology of the auto hitch on our rig. We're very fortunate to have that. And so it does its own thing and gets it back to where the height needs to be for us to hook up from when we unhooked. So if we didn't have that, we would have taken that advice and used that for sure. But again, we wanted to share it with you guys because that's how we all learn. And again, if anybody's out there saying, oh, I know everything already, no, you don't. We're all
always learning.
Yeah. We're two years.
Life.
We're 2 years 2 years into full-time living, and we still are learning stuff every day about this. And we forget stuff too at every campsite.
At least it's not always the same thing every time.
Yeah. So we are learning a little bit, but yeah, it's just we're all in it together, and we're not telling you this is how you should do it. We just thought we would share our process and how we do things and show you some clips and footage of us doing what we're recommending or what we're saying that we do. If you want to take some of this advice, feel free. If you want to give us some advice, leave us a comment on, hey, we found this to be better, or this is how we do this better, or it works well for us. We'd love to hear from you. So I think we've rambled on enough on this video, and there's been enough noise distractions in the background that we're going to leave you to it. And until next time, safe travels, everyone.
Bye.
Hey, what's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So today's video... All right, ready?
The no CMU saw?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't even have my glasses on. I saw that thing coming at me.